Welcome, everyone, to this session on identifying risks, a key part of risk management in data science and AI projects. Before we begin, let's take a look at what we'll cover today. We'll start by understanding risk to grasp why it's important and how it can be an impact on your project success. Then we'll move on to the types of risks in data science and AI. We'll discuss a quick overview of the common risks we encounter in our projects. Once we've covered the types of risk, we'll deep dive into risk identification techniques. We'll discuss different approaches that can help us identify risks effectively. Finally, we'll emphasize the importance of documentation, particularly the role of a risk register in risk management. Our goal today is to empower you with the knowledge and tools to better identify and document risks in your data science and AI projects. I hope this session will be informative and engaging, and that by the end of it, you'll have gained valuable insights that will help you manage your projects more efficiently. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Let's delve into the first topic of this session, which is understanding risks. First, we'll define risk. In project management, risk can be defined as an uncertain event or condition that, if it occurs, has a negative impact or positive effect on at least one project objective. These objectives could be related to scope, schedule, cost, or quality. Then there's the importance of risk. Understanding and managing risk are pivotal for a project's success. A project with no risk management may face severe issues that could have been prevented or mitigated. Risks can potentially cause delays, cost overruns, poor quality, or even outright failure of the project. And then there's the impact of risk. Risks have the potential to affect every aspect of a project, from the feasibility of timelines to the allocation of resources, and from stakeholder satisfaction to the project ultimate success or failure. Managing risk helps us safeguard our project from these potential pitfalls. To sum up on this point, risk is an inherent part of any project, and understanding it is extremely important. The potential impact it has is a first step towards effective risk management in data science and AI projects. Moving on, we'll now focus on the types of risk in data science and AI. There are four key common types of risk that we can think about when thinking of data science and AI projects. First, there's data privacy risk. These are concerned with handling and usage of sensitive data, compliance with data protection laws such as GDPR, CCPA is crucial to avoid legal issues and reputational damage. Then there's data quality risk. These risks involve the validity, accuracy, and reliability of the data we use for modeling. Poor data quality can lead to incorrect insights and conclusions, affecting the overall outcome of the project. There's also model risk. Model risk arises from the model when it doesn't perform as expected or delivers biased results. Risk can be due to overfitting, underfitting, lack of transparency, or model drift, among other reasons. And finally, we have technology and operational risks. Technology risks involve the chosen tech stack and its potential issues. Operational risks relate to day-to-day project process and workflow. Both these risk types can impact the project's execution and its ultimate success. To sum up, understanding these specific risks in data science and AI will help us anticipate, prepare, and plan for potential issues, ensuring smooth project execution and successful outcomes. In our next session, we'll look at how we can identify these risks effectively. All right, let's now delve deeper into risk identification techniques, and we'll start with mind mapping. This visual tool helps us brainstorm and represents the relationship between different risks. It's an effective way to visualize our thought process and uncover potential risk that may not be immediately obvious. Moving on to affinity diagrams. Affinity diagrams allow us to categorize risk into groups, making them easier to understand and manage. By grouping related risks together, we can develop a more structured view of the overall risk landscape. Moving on to root cause analysis. This approach helps us trace risks back to their origin. By understanding the root cause, we can design more effective risk mitigation strategies and prevent the same issues from recurring. Then there's checklist analysis. These techniques involve using a checklist based on historical data and knowledge from previous projects. It's a straightforward and systematic way to ensure that common risks that we've seen are not overlooked. Then we have assumption risk. Every project makes certain assumptions. This method involves Then we have assumptions analysis. Every project makes certain assumptions. This method involves examining each assumption for validity and identifying risks where there's uncertainty. Moving on to SWOT analysis. This technique identifies internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunities and threats. By considering all four aspects, we can uncover potential risk from multiple angles. In conclusion, by employing these techniques, risk identification, we can proactively and comprehensively spot potential risks in our data science and AI projects. Remember, the sooner we identify a risk, the better we can prepare for it. In our final section, we'll look at the importance of documenting these identified risks effectively. Finally, let's focus on documentation in risk management. Properly documenting risk is a crucial part of risk management. It's as crucial as identifying them. By maintaining clear records, we ensure that everyone involved in a project is aware of the potential risk and the plan to mitigate them. Moreover, it aids in keeping track of risk history, which is helpful for future projects. Risk register is another important aspect. It is our primary tool for risk documentation. It's a living document that lists all identified risks along with their potential impact, the likelihood of occurrence, and the mitigation strategy, as well as the person responsible for it. This register should be updated regularly to reflect the current risk landscape of the project. In conclusion, meticulous documentation meticulous documentation, primarily through the risk register, enables us to manage identified risk effectively. It ensures that our risk management efforts are transparent, traceable, and communicatable to all stakeholders. Remember, good risk management isn't just about presenting risk, it's also about keeping track of them and updating our strategies as the project progresses. Now, before we end, let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We begin by defining what risk means in the context of project management and understanding its potential impact on our projects. We underscored the importance of managing risks effectively for successful project outcomes. Then, we looked at the types of risk in data science and AI. We explored 4 key types of risk unique to data science and AI projects: data privacy risks, data quality risk, model risk, and technology and operational risk. Recognizing these is vital to anticipate and plan for potential challenges. Then we looked at risk identification techniques. We reviewed 6 techniques to identify risk effectively: mind mapping, affinity diagrams, root cause analysis, checklist analysis, assumptions analysis, and SWOT analysis. These techniques equip us to be proactive in spotting potential risk. Finally, we looked at documentation. We emphasized the significance of meticulous risk documentation, particularly through a risk register. This ensures our risk management efforts are transparent, traceable, and communicatable effectively to all stakeholders. In conclusion, the ability to identify risk effectively and document them meticulously is integral to managing your data science and AI projects successfully. Remember, the sooner we identify a risk, the better we can prepare for it. And that's the whole point of risk management. Thank you for your time, and I will see you at the next session.